Thank you. What key life experiences have formed who you are today?
Goodness. I think that some key life experiences include some lives of others and some childhood experience and some teen experience and some stuff that happened when I was quite a bit older as well. I mean, I will say that being in love and being in a relationship is just so fundamental to what like really practically informs my life in the sense of the capacity of just somehow being curious and being able to kind of share and report and tumble around.
How did you become passionate and involved in architectural practice?
I'm giving a technical answer. I wasn't really trained in design. I was trained to work immediately in the tradition of abstract expressionism and like just the sheer involvement of things. So that was beautiful in the immediacy and the gesture and the energy of things, but at the same time the ability to kind of project at different scales or to work really with kind of like very, very responsible projections of things, like the way architecture is responsible for built environment with its impact calculation and the caution that it necessarily involves, as well as its vision. I just didn't have those skills. So architecture was in order to do sculpture better.
What are your core values and how are they reflected in your practice?
I think core values would include a sense of trying to contribute to the world and trying to contribute vividly to the world, because the term contribute could involve a kind of flattening, certainly in times which are close to war, or in the kind of unspeakable uncertainties that are all around us, where the future is by no means certain. Things really could flatten. So it's really important to kind of keep growing and nourishing and that would mean that curiosity is a core quality, along with a sense of civitas.
What is your design process, including design thinking, visualization, and realization?
I think my design process is one of rapid oscillation between poetics and engineering, filtered through active involvement in materiality, detailing, and industrial engineering, where like that kind of stuff, where it's okay, how thick is that thing, and exactly what is it, but then also there tends to be this kind of thinking about like very broad systems about, okay, well, where would they go, and what's the life cycle of something, and so the oscillation between poetics and philosophy and very, very broad context, and then super hardcore practical detailing.
How do you collaborate with other individuals to realize your impactful work?
By being in a state of kind of reverent appreciation of the incredible intelligence of people around, and then seeing the work as a complex system in which collective intelligence and iterative processes is really gets us into very interesting territories of growth, and that takes in turn a whole lot of organization.
Yes. What architectural ideas and buildings have impacted your architectural practice?
I find when I hear that question, I find myself thinking about some specific things like the cultural tradition of organicism, which is a couple of centuries old, where qualities from nature and living systems are really thought of as being keys to how design itself could follow. Although there are highly irreverent qualities and destabilizing qualities, which are the opposite of just natural harmony in the work as well.
What are the biggest challenges you face in the profession?
Oh gosh, we have about 1/10 of the amount of money that would really make the work solid. Life is extraordinarily fleeting and short compared to the amount of time and the vision of what we really hope we could do. The cruel polarizations of the world are deeply, deeply destructive to what we hope to do.
What advice would you give to a student
Oh my
of
goodness me.
architecture?
I think that advice would be highly, highly contingent on where that person is at and their disposition in this moment. Because given the kind of strains that have happened and the sense of how deeply unfair some things are, and how just privileged some things are, and how dangerous some things are, and how tiring some things are, I don't think that I would be willing to say, stay curious, or make risks, I would have said those things. I would have definitely said those things. Because I come from a certain sense of happiness, and so it's kind of fun to hyperventilate and pass out a little bit. I would have said those things. Today, I want to be very, very respectful for periods in people's lives when they need to really take care of themselves, and I'm much more inclined to say go slow rather than jump.